9, 8, 7. Alright, JKdaPlague dropping in on another OGN game. This is going to be Group D, and honestly, this is going to be a very interesting group. It arguably looks like one of the weakest groups here in this season of OGN, but there's just been so many roster changes from these teams, and JINAIR Falcons is relatively just a brand new roster here coming in. You know, this is their first time coming in here as a team. Xenic Storm, they have had some roster changes coming off of their, not very impressive spout in the last tournament in October. So
strong champion right now overall.
Some big, roster changes coming in, and so both teams coming in with quite actually a bit to prove here into this game, and we're just going to get right into it. Picks and bans coming out, and you're just seeing already strong bans coming in. Cinder really strong on this patch. Just going to take it away. They don't really want a first picker, and so they're just going to be able to take her away from JINAIR Falcons. Zilly, of course, being banned on the red side. You're going to see that ban over there all the time in this patch. Now, this is patch 3.13, so right now the game is on 3.14, but this is going to be the previous patch, so a lot of changes that have not just happened yet. So Nidalee very strong in this patch here, and Elise will be banned as well, and the Gragas ban. I'm actually very interested in the Gragas ban. Maybe Coco plays a very mean Gragas. Gragas is strong in the laning phase, definitely able to do quite a bit, but I'm still, very surprised to see it. Coming in as a very strong laner, provides a lot of disengagement, so we look to maybe see if maybe Coco actually is the one who plays that champion. There's the Lucian ban actually coming out on the blue side, so that's a very highly contested pick here, and Olaf is still open, so he will most likely be that last ban, unless JINAIR Falcons are really going to try and throw a wrench into someone else's play, maybe try and ban out Coco, as they have two mid laners banned right now. We'll have to see what they do, but the Lucian ban, very interesting, and Orianna, so definitely targeting Coco right now, and that leaves Olaf wide open. Now, Olaf, super strong on this patch. He's so clear so fast. His Undertow is able to just provide intense ganks, and actually they don't go for it immediately, not an immediate lock-in. They're hovering over Lee Sin right now, and are they going to be really comfortable handing that over to JINAIR Falcons? Olaf, again, a very contested pick. He's able to really get into that back line. Now, with Orianna banned, there's some really good synergy, and yes, they're actually just going to go straight in with Lee Sin. So that could be a top lane Lee Sin, could be a jungle Lee Sin, most likely going to be in the jungle, and Olaf's still not getting picked up. Maybe he's, globally banned on this patch, but I'm really surprised that neither team picking up Olaf immediately, as JINAIR Falcons immediately just they know what they want. They head straight for Riven and Annie, and there's some great synergy there coming into team fights. You got a nice just giant stun, and then you can follow up with a lot of Riven damage very easily. Now, I want to see if it'll be Riven top or Riven jungle. We have seen Riven jungle in a couple games, and it does all right. You're able to get some nice damage in there. And it looks like it might be Riven jungle if they go for the Shyvana pick here, because Shyvana has been doing very well in the top lane. So I'll have to see where they decide to go. On Xenic Storm, they did lock in the Renekton and the Ezreal, so Renekton has just been that very strong top laner here. And we'll have to see what Coco actually decides to be picking here in the mid lane, as 3 of his champions were, of course, banned. And they banned Syndra as well, so that's 4 champions just immediately taken out of the picture here. And it looks like, it could be a Riven middle, actually, as well. Reaper can play Riven in the middle lane here. Again, we just have to wait and see what they decide to pick. They're still hovering over that Shyvana, but I wouldn't be too surprised to see it here. Shyvana has just been that amazing team fight, and they're going for a really nice team fighting composition, it looks like. So Shyvana is kind of the no-brainer pick here, definitely strong in those team fights. And no, they're actually going to switch it straight to Olaf. They saw it was still open. A very late pick there by Olaf. I was very surprised they actually did not snatch that up immediately, but again, they could just be targeting Coco. Maybe he also plays Riven mid and wanted to make sure they did not have that available for him. But Zed is still open, Kassadin's still open, and he's hovering between those two, wants to make sure he picks the right person for the team at hand. There is not too much team fight right here. Renekton is a great team fighter here. Talon will definitely not be picked. That would be a very surprising choice. Same thing with Twisted Fate. Will be a very surprising choice here. But honestly, they need to find someone who's going to be able to help deal with this kind of engagement. Kassadin's pretty good here. They got a nice kind of roaming composition here with Lee Sin and Ezreal, and I wouldn't be too surprised to actually see that just get locked in. Fiddlesticks will definitely help with that immensely here. And it looks like they're just going to be kind of going for this whole skirmish here. They're not really going to be going for this real big 5-on-5 team fight here like JINAIR Falcons is going to have with their team composition. There's the Thresh and the Kassadin lock-in. So that will be a cast in middle lane. Coco going to have that, and we still have a potential for a top mid lane switch here. Riven can go in the middle lane, so that still leaves some possibilities open here for the top lane. We still have people like Shen open. Don't really think we'll be able to, we're not going to see him picked. But in the middle lane, Jace? Jace not too strong in this patch. I honestly don't think we'll see him here. There's not really too much siege coming in. I mean, they can go for this kind of siege and disengage here, but it will definitely help with some engage. But I really think they need somebody else here to really kind of get in there. And I feel like that Orianna ban may have, really hit them in the foot there. Because that Orianna pick would be very nice right now and just help their team come so tremendously. But let's see, they're still hovering over that Jace, and he has that acceleration gate, but as a champion, I don't know, he did receive those nerfs quite a bit. Doesn't have the same punch that he's going to have, and yeah, Shyvana is still open, and they going for this big team fighting here, and I definitely think the Shyvana pick, definitely a better choice here in this long run. So here we have the teams. And honestly, we're seeing just a kind of a big difference in compositions here. Xenic has more of this, skirmish catching composition here, with just Lee Sin, Caston, Thresh able to catch some nice hooks and really going for that big burst damage immediately, trying to lock him down, take people out of that game as quick as they can. And they should be able to really kind of win this early game here. But if the game goes on, JINAIR Falcons will be able to win those team fights. And so here we go up in the top lane. Miso going to be on Shyvana up against Goon on Renekton. That's going to be a pretty big farming lane. Not going to see too much happen up there in the jungle. We're going to have Axine on Olaf, the king of the jungle right now. And Swift is going to be on Lee Sin. So two powerhouse junglers here. See what they can do. Two big ganking junglers as well. Both like to duel. Reaper going to be in middle on Riven up against Coco on Kassadin. And that could be a very rough lane for Kassadin early on. He's going to have a very hard time on that. Roar going to be playing Caitlyn, Arrow as Ezreal. Going to be playing the AD carries. And then their supports, of course, are going to be Starlast on Annie, and Peekaboo is going to be on Thresh. And we might just see a 2v1 lane swap here. Both laners, both bottom lanes, they really have a very nice laning phase. Thresh, he's able to land those hooks, and he's got that very nice stun, able to set up for ganks with Lee Sin. I'm sorry, not with Lee Sin, with Olaf. And we really might see that come in, just because that stun just opens up so much here. So here we are, game number 1, getting right into it. Both teams are going to head right off and get those wards in here. And again, both of these teams just have really a lot to prove right now. JINAIR Falcons, again, a brand new team, just made this year. Really don't have that many tournaments under their belt just yet here. And Xenic with just some big roster changes. And if you look at the tournament history, they actually did lose to JINAIR Falcons, placing wise in the last tournament. Can't remember the name of it. I think it was in October though. But they did, place very much lower, and they had quite a few roster changes, swapping out 3 of their people. Coco and Arrow are the only people remaining from the previous roster. So, I mean, a lot to prove here right now. But JINAIR Falcons, Kassadin is waiting in that bush, so if they decide to poke out here, you see him going back. Oh, don't know if he saw him. Ezreal is going to be there to catch anybody with vision if they come by, but JINAIR Falcons not really getting any deep wards right now. They've really just been sitting here trying to stop them from coming around, and I have to question this decision if they don't go for this invasion. They really have to get in here for this invasion. Xenic has just a superior, more superior deep ward coverage, but I mean, both teams really not getting really deep in there with their wards. They're just both teams playing very safe here, and neither team's going to have really any idea of where the jungler is going to be moving through, and it's kind of a blind start for both teams here. Nobody really knows where anybody's at. Nobody knows where the 2v1 lane swaps are, and we're just going to see a standard start from both teams. Very odd, actually. We usually see teams going in for those deep wards very early on, making sure they can control where the jungler is going, spot him where he's going, try and stop him if they need to, watch out for the ganks. But both teams are actually not going to have that right now, and both teams starting in the bottom, both junglers actually starting near their bottom lane. And we're actually seeing a Caitlyn Annie in the middle, so a bit of a lane swap coming in. Thresh starting to make his way there. We'll see if Ezreal comes in to help him. But honestly, Thresh kind of helping support this Kassadin might be the wiser choice here, because Ezreal can deal with the Riven very early on, as where Kassadin can't really deal with his own, single lane counterpart. He cannot take on Riven 1v1, it would be very dangerous for him to do so very early, as he has to get really close in order to farm that, where Ezreal can really try and poke him down from afar. But again, it is still very dangerous, driven that very strong early game duelist. So sending Thresh to kind of support there, I kind of like that decision, just in the sense that it will keep Kassadin, pretty well safe. But we'll have to see what he can do. He's actually keeping up with Riven in CS, very surprisingly right now. I'm not too sure actually how that's happening. Up in the top lane, Shyvana will lose some CS early on, but she will become very tanky. Xenic Swift waiting. He wants there to be a nice hook followed up with that lantern, but not really going to be able to find it. It's a very hard lane to really land these hooks in. A lot of minions just get in the way in the middle lane, and it's very hard to land those kind of hooks through the minions. It's a very difficult angle to find, so they're kind of looking for it, not going to be able to find it though. Swift's just going to go ahead and head back there. He's going to say, see you later. They have to deal with that themselves. But it's just going to be a really quiet farm game now with this setup here. It's really be up to the junglers here to really kind of set the pace for this game. And we have two really strong junglers here in this game. They're really good at ganking, really good at farming as well, and they're just able to do quite a bit here. Olaf, of course, definitely the faster farmer, at least in the superior ganker. Let's see again how it really works out. They just left Olaf open for a very long time, and it was very surprising to me. And I really hope he doesn't really come back to bite Xenic Storm in the butt. It'd be very dangerous for them. But again, just a consistent farm fest, and we won't see really any action happen probably until level 6. And he wants to wait for that Tibber stun. Shyvana wants to wait for her dragon form. Olaf would like to wait for that Ragnarok. I mean, everybody just really wants to wait for their level 6 abilities. Lee Sin is the only person who really wants to try and find something before level 6, make sure they can try and get a kill here. And I don't know about this kind of ganks just waiting down here. The minions are going to come on his own side and really push this, but we're actually seeing Olaf coming in from the backside. It's going to be a 2v2. They don't see him just yet, but here comes Riven coming in. It's going to be a bad time. She's ignited. Lee Sin's going to be able to pick up that first blood. The ignite going to Lee Sin. Olaf's heading straight for Ezra. Ezra has no mana. The ignite is on him. We're seeing a TP coming in for blue team. He's going to be able to force Olaf out of there, and Xenix might be able to pick up a second kill. They're diving him under the tower, and Axe Storm will fall. Kassadin picking that one up. A very nice teleport in there by Kassadin, taking a play out of Fnatic's playbook, picking up that teleport in the middle lane. And wow, what a nice first blood double kill for Xenic Storm down in the bottom lane. Giving that kill onto Kassadin. Kassadin is someone who really snowballs very well just by picking up a couple kills. He's got such nice ratios, such nice scaling that it's very hard for to deal with him. I'm actually surprised to actually see the Kassadin pick here, just because of that magic resist nerf. But he did pick it after Riven, so he doesn't really have to deal with the magic resist too much. I mean, look at the enemy team. He doesn't have that magic resist per level anymore, but there's just no magic damage on the enemy team other than Annie and Shyvana. So he just, I don't know, it was a very kind of wise choice here coming in, as he just saw the opportunities, like, I'm going to be up against an AD middle, I don't have to worry about my magic resist nerfs here, and I should be able to powerhouse this game pretty easily, and it's worked out for him, actually. And somehow he has maintained a very close just gold creep score, very even with Riven so far. You're now starting to see a little bit of difference starting to come out, but maintaining a very close. I mean, technically he was in that 2v1 lane, and yet he's still able to get some very nice amounts of farm here. And now with this red buff, he's not really able to do anything with that red buff, actually. It's not really going to be a completely useful red buff. Olaf coming up in the top lane. Miso going aggressive. There comes the Dominus out from Renekton. Olaf going to get there a little bit late there, and this is just what happens with Shyvana and Renekton. It feels like both people are just blowing their ultimates constantly, but luckily Shyvana able to force Renekton out of lane that time. Usually it's just pretty much just trades of ultimates every single time. Nobody gets pushed out of lane here. Ooh, Sonic Wave landing, but very dangerous to really follow that up with that. But Xenic Storm off to a really good start right now. 1,000 gold lead very early on here, 6 minutes into the game, almost 7 minutes. And they have just moved around the map very well, trying to push the advantage where they can, trying to help their mid laner, who has a very weak laning phase, really kind of get into his stride, and he'll be able to start roaming really soon, as he's almost going to be level 6 here in just another minute. Again, we'll have to see what he can do with this, just kind of help he've gotten, and supporting Kassadin was definitely a very wise choice here. And it's just allowed for just so much mobility. Thresh, I'm actually surprised we haven't seen Thresh roaming around just yet. Maybe we'll see that once Kassadin hits level 6. We might see a double roaming here from Thresh and Kassadin, and it might actually be very scary coming in from Xenic Storm. So he plays Lee Sin. He's able to get the smite steal from Olaf, so a nice jungle buff steal there from Lee Sin. just trying to keep their advantage going. And that buff steal is just really going to help just spell this next couple minutes of the game. We'll see if Swift can do anything with this extra cooldown reduction that he's going to have here. In the jungle, you all know Lee Sin likes to just dash around. That cooldown reduction really helps him. Let's just get a better look at the smite steal. The flash smite flashes for it. Just a little bit of an early smite from Axine. Just a little bit of a sloppy play there from Olaf, smiting it really early. He definitely wasn't expecting, of course, the smite from Lee Sin, but always want to make sure your smite's going to be able to secure it. Don't want to get stolen, especially with somebody, like Ezreal on the team who's able to really just ult buffs and have potential to steal it. It's just a very dangerous game. We have level 6 now in Cass, and he's not able to get too close here yet. Thresh coming in. Is he going to be able to find the hook? Not going to look for it. Still too dangerous. They might want to wait for him to hit level 6. And he's not quite level 6 yet. I don't know. They might want to fight this, but there's a fight going down in the bottom lane. They're both getting very low, but oh man, Arrow able to pull it out there with only 100 health remaining. Reaper going down yet again. That is now 2. That's for him. Here we go. Coco getting stunned here in the middle lane. Going to take the lantern to safety. Very dangerous game. He was playing being up that far. Miso just constantly getting pushed to tower. Able to keep up with farm though, so not too much. Ooh, Sonic Wave barely going to miss there. That was been a big engagement, and he did not have her stun up just yet. Does not have Tibbers. So here we see the fight in the bottom lane. It was Reaper who actually initiated it, but just look at the kiting here from Arrow. He flashes. The Arcane Barrage hits for full. Reaper doing what he can, but just misses a lot of big abilities. It just was not played very well, and Reaper goes down. You can just see the frustration on his face right there. Kind of just a little bit of a preemptive, engagement. Swift getting caught down here at the bottom lane, though. There comes Ace in the hole. He will be able to pick up the kill. They did block it, but the red buff, I believe, did pick it up. I'm not sure. I think she got one last auto attack. Ezreal coming in. The hook's not going to land from Thresh. Can Arrow keep it up? He did get slowed by the undertow. Not really going to be able to chase with that happening. Arrow not able to find that kill, unfortunately. He has his Arcane Barrage up. Can he find anything? It goes going out. No, it's not going to be able to hit anybody. Kind of throws it at a bad place. Was not really that close. I really think that he should be, it's not a common place to hide right behind the tower when you know that there's a potential for an Ezreal ultimate. You always want to go off to that side. I feel like he could have read that, but Olaf coming up here for Goon. Goon getting dangerously low here. It's going to be 2 peep on 1, and he just does not have his ultimate up, and he will fall down. Axine picking up yet another kill. 4-2 now. What? Oh, Kassadin came up here. I just couldn't even tell, but they're just not able to find it. This is dangerous here. Oh my goodness, he's able to pick it up. Coco. I totally missed him coming through. I was even surprised by that roam. Olaf picking up a kill. Thanks to Coco, so they made it a 2-for-1 there up in the top lane. Xenic Storm coming out ahead on the kills, 5-2, still a 1,000 gold lead. But are they going to try and fight for Dragon here? Swift coming in, going to find an Anne here, getting a lot of damage out. Ooh, it's going to step on a trap. Arrow not going to be able to finish this chase. It's going to be up to Lee Sin, but meanwhile in middle lane, red buff is ticking out here. There's the ace in the hole. That's going to be a dead Thresh. JINAIR Falcons coming in with another kill. Their own Reaper trying to make something happen. Not going to be able to find it. That's going to be the disengage here. Coco coming in for some harassment, but he can't really go in onto this Caitlyn with that red buff. He's just going to go ahead and back off there. It is a dangerous game to play there. And Caitlyn's starting to look very strong. 92 CS. Ooh, Arcane Barrage getting Starlast very low. Not, unfortunately, able to pick up that kill. Doesn't have anyone there to secure it for themselves. This tower should fall. She just has to go walk up and auto-attack it one more time. And that will fall for JINAIR Falcons. But here we see the fight, and we saw Peekaboo gets just hit by the red buff, throws the shield as much as he can, but Roar is just got the damage, the red buff, the ace in the hole, solidifying that kill. And there was just nothing Peekaboo could do about that except not be in that situation. And JINAIR Falcons, managing to try and turn it around. They have taken the gold lead now. The dragon's still up. No one has fought for that dragon just yet. It's going to be an important objective to take here. A big fight that could turn the game around for either team. And so far, we have a very nice game happening right now. Very even. Could go either way. But as we said, the late game is definitely going to be on JINAIR Falcons just with their whole team fight composition. As it looks like JINAIR Falcons are going to start making their way towards this dragon. They do have it pink warded. Thresh coming in, going to throw that ward over the wall. So they do know that they're doing it, but do they have the reaction time to come in? Getting very low. Kassadin looking, but Reaper's going to jump right on him. Not going to be able to land the stuns. The hook actually not going to land, but they do force Tibbers to come out. Arcane Barrage, no one's really low enough. A hit axe scene, but not going to do enough damage to really do anything. So Dragon going to JINAIR Falcons, able to really take that gold lead now, 1,000 gold lead in favor of JINAIR Falcons. But it looks like Xenic Storm going to be able to just solidify this blue buff. And a Dragon for blue buff, really, really a nice trade for JINAIR Falcons. That's definitely a good thing to trade right there. Who actually picked it up? Yes, it was Kassadin. Couldn't really see it on his dress for a second. They might be looking for Roar here. Roar dangerously up alone. Lee Sin coming around the backside with Kassadin. Sonic Wave not going to land, but he's very tanky. The Dragon's Rage going to be able to solidify this kill. Coco picking it up. And that's going to be actually a kill and a blue buff. Can they do some damage to this tower as well? Annie and Olaf are nearby, but it looks like they're just going to let it go. So now the trade is in favor of Xenic Storm. The tower, blue buff, and a kill. Definitely makes that more in favor of Xenic Storm right there as they take 1,000 gold lead. Still just a 1v1, just dueling constantly up in the top lane, but Miso is just starting to get to that point where he's so tanky, and he just reduces the armor from Renekton, and is able to do so much damage to him, especially when Renekton has so little armor right now. He's only got the Brutalizer, goes in for that Giant's Belt as well, trying to get that extra health. They know that Reaper's doing this blue buff. It would be very dangerous to really continue this, but they're going to go for it. Here comes Lee Sin. They're going to be able to solidify it. Now, able to get the slow here, but it is a 3-on-2. Renekton coming around from the backside. Dominus is going to be active. He's drumming right in the middle of him. Arcane Barrage going to help out this fight. Reaper getting so low. Gimgoon will go down to the undertow. Olaf ultimate is ticking. Miso getting super low. They're turning on to Coco. Coco is taking a lot of damage from this. Will he fall down? No, he's able to pick up the kill, but he will fall to Miso. Miso trying to get out of here, doing what he can, but Swift is, and he's coming in. Oh, Miso's able to pick up a kill before going down. Starlift is going to get hooked. There's the box, and Starlift is just knocked around. Not going to find any escape there. Xenic Storm going for a 4-for-3 there. Wow. A big team fight right there. It lasted so long. And honestly, JINAIR Falcons got more than they probably could have, should have. They got quite a bit out of that, but Xenic Storm getting that extra kill definitely makes it more worth it in their favor. Not really able to take any objective, but just getting that gold lead. Oh, now 1,000 gold lead in favor of Xenic Storm. The gold lead has just been bouncing back and forth here for their team, for both teams. But both teams have been doing a very good job so far and just really countering each other as best they can. It has been a very exciting game so far. Some very nice fights. 10-6, 15 minutes into the game. It's a kill a minute. Very nice to see. That's always exciting when you have a high kill game here. To see what both teams can really do. I feel like JINAIR Falcons haven't really pushed their big team fighting prowess here just yet. They were all kind of just showed up to that fight very much one by one. And I feel like if they can just find a very nice team fight right now, they would definitely win it. They have the power. They have the damage. Caitlyn with that Bloodthirster now, dishing out quite a bit with those headshots. And we have Reaper sitting here. You're not going to be able to really kill Coco. Coco's just got too much escape. Instead, he's just going to go ahead and go back right here. Oh, never mind. He's just going to go ahead and not go back. So he's just going to try and farm. He wants to try and catch Coco out, but they're both just playing a little bit of mind games. Reaper not going to be able to get anything out of this. Coco's just going to go ahead and farm. So not much happened in that little exchange there. Go ahead and hand that red buff over onto Arrow on Ezreal. Definitely a wise choice indeed. Able to get those Mystic Shot slows. Hopefully maybe go for some kind of engagement, but we're going to be coming to that point where Xenic Storm's kind of catching, phase is going to start reaching its strong point, especially with their 2 towers up right now. There's going to be still a lot of movement from JINAIR Falcons to try and secure these outer objectives. So right now you're going to be seeing Xenic really setting up for that. You're seeing they're doing their wards really at the crossing points, really hoping to try and catch somebody out with their team. They have just a superior ability to really catch people out right now, and that's going to be Xenic Storm's strong point at the moment. They really need to try and push this fact that they can just, kind of split push and really try and catch somebody at the moment, because that's the only way they're going to really be able to get a nice lead to secure this game win. Xenic, if they just continue the way they're going, they will begin to just, really perform. I mean, JINAIR Falcons will be able to really get up there and just really perform with their team. There's a superior team fighting composition here. And with Dragon coming up in a minute, it's all in JINAIR Falcons' hands right now. They have the superior ability to really secure this Dragon, control this Dragon, that it's going to take a big blunder by them to really throw this game right now, because all they have to do is wait. They have no reason to try and force a really bad engagement. They just have to wait, let Xenic kind of come to them. Let's see what they can find here. There's the hook coming in. Just going to land onto a minion, but he's going straight in. He finds Roar with the flay. The box is going to hit as well. Roar takes so much damage here. Tipper's coming in. Olaf just blowing up Thresh. Reaper is going to find Arrow. There comes the ice in the hole. It's going to be able to hit there, but Lee Sin coming in, able to pick up this kill onto Olaf, but he will go down in the middle of the team. And, oh, wow. Coco going in, able to pick it up, but he will fall as well. Just 1-for-1 trades going all around. But here comes Dominus coming in. Roar uses Flash to try and get out of there. Renekton just going to go ahead and turn her. Ezreal's trying his best to kite Miso, but Miso is so hard to kite. Shyvana is one of the hardest people to kite in the game. Gimsoon is just being kited by everybody. Look at him go. They're just coming in and dashing out. Can he pick it up? Reaper is the ignite on him. No! He will survive there. Miso still continuing the chase, and again, Shyvana is so hard to run away from. Wow! Arrow getting a nice arcane shift over the wall, able to pick up the kill on the Roar. Miso is the last person left of this fight here. People have been spawning. Thresh is starting to come down here. Gimgoon very low on health. Arrow can't get too close here, but it looks like Gimgoon will go. No! He takes the lantern out. And Miso not able to finish that kill. Miso trying to run out of here. Wow. What a huge fight here for Xenic Storm. Coco still looking for blood. It's very dangerous to really chase this far, but Miso has the damage. Can he pick up the kill? And he coming in with the stun. We're going to stop Coco's chase. The blue buff is up there. Arcane Barrage is it going to be? Yes! Wow, Arrow with a huge Arcane Barrage. Picking that up from a mile away. Hook is going to land on Axine. Can they continue this rampage across the map as Coco secures yet another kill? Xenic Storm is just picking up pick after pick after pick. And Xenic Storm is going to secure a blue buff off this. Will they go for the dragon as well? Middle tower is still up. They can go for that. They have the damage. They have the people. Roar is going to be there to try and stop it. Lee Sin going to go ahead and start up that dragon. So they're going to secure dragon. They pick up a superior amount of kills. They pick up the blue buff, and all in all, Xenic Storm with a huge trade there, extending that gold lead to the highest we've seen in the game, 2,000 gold. Xenic Storm with just an amazing play, and just look at how long this fight lasted. Coco just coming in, and Miso, he thinks he's out. Ezreal in the river, goes for the Hail Mary Arcane Barrage, goes through the blue buff, but it's okay. Miso just taken out, cut in half by the golden toenail. And wow. Arrow with just the expert analysis of where he was going to be. Arrow has been playing so great this game. Look at his kills and assists. 6-0-6. He definitely played that fight so well. Kiting Shyvana the whole time. Able to just get that nice pickup on the Roar in that fight. And I wish that was the part of the team fight that we got to see, because Arrow played that so well. Now, JINAIR, they still have the superior, team fighting capabilities. Ezreal can't kite everybody on their team. Shyvana, again, very hard to kite. And once she starts getting those really high items, once she gets that rando, it's going to be even harder to kite her. And it's really going to take up a lot of Arrow's damage here, and he's the big damage dealer on their team right now. Renekton is very, he's very squishy right now at the moment. It seems like everybody's really just melting through him. That might be being due into part of Riven's Black Cleaver, of just able to reduce a lot of the armor of Renekton, able to really get in there. Of course, then there's Shyvana's Flame Breath as well, if she's able to land it onto them. That Flame Breath just melts so much armor that it just really allows their team, which they are all pretty much all AD. Ooh, Hook not going to land. But Shyvana, just with this pretty much all AD team, is just able to just melt armor, and they're just dealing so much damage. So it's okay that they build armor here, because they're just able to just melt it all. They don't care if Xenix builds armor. They're able to just completely melt it with Shyvana. I want to see what Xenix is really going to try and do here. As Renekton is doing the split push, he's going to get some, some decent damage onto those tower castings coming here, as well as support. Get some nice damage out onto this tower. It's a little bit of a slow rotation here. Arrow is nearby. He's going to be able to just kind of stop the rotation here. This tower will fall here. Xenix with just some great map movement at the moment. Really pushing this. Really pushing this advantage. Shyvana in the top lane trying to split push, and they're just punishing it. 4 people now down in the bottom lane. Thresh starting to show up, and Shyvana is still all alone in the top lane trying to take down that outer tower. But Reaper's coming in, able to find Coco. Coco just going to get bursted down there, able to pick up the kill on the Annie in turn. Arrow now has an Olaf on him. He's getting slowed down immensely. Reaper trying to find it, but Olaf taking so much damage. He's going to be forced out of their flay. Going to knock Reaper back. He goes through the box. The exhaust is out. Oh, Olaf going to get hooked back in with the death sentence. Roar getting too close there. Arrow's able to find that kill. find that damage. Rectin actually one who's going to finish that kill. That's going to be an inhibitor. Shyvana did pick up that top tower, but it's not worth it. They're going to lose this inhibitor. That was huge there. Xenic really pushing this advantage right now. Can they continue anything? Reaper trying to get anything he can, but he's not able to get close enough. Miso still trying to push down this bottom lane here. But they don't seem to care. You're seeing the pings actually coming out onto the middle tower instead. They don't care about this top tower. You can have it. They're going to just push this advantage as far as they can, this outer tower. I don't know. I feel like they could have definitely sent somebody back there. Yes, Cast Coco is there. So not even going to be able to pick up that tower as they pick up 3 towers here in this whole exchange and an inhibitor. Xenic Storm just starting to run away with this game. Wow. That whole fight, and just look at the replay, just a little bit of a kind of a misengagement there. They're able to catch Coco out really hard. He's not able to do anything. But just look at, Annie just bursted down. Everybody just trying to get to Arrow as fast as they can, but they switch to Gimgoon. Thresh comes in and is just able to just disrupt so much. The death sentence, I feel like that was aimed at Roar, but it hits Axine anyways, and then Roar just gets too close. It goes down. But Xenic Storm just turning that around. And Thresh, Peekaboo, able to just come to that fight a little bit late, but just caused so much disruption that they were really able to turn that fight around very completely, despite losing one of their big damage dealers here. And now we're seeing JINAIR in just kind of an act of desperation here. Ooh, gonna get caught up by the Thresh Lantern. And again, it was just kind of a big oh, no, they're actually able to find Peekaboo there. That's gonna be a big pickup there, but they're gonna counter-engage Dominus in the middle of the team. Olaf taking too much damage. He will fall. Coco has teleported to the fight. He's gonna come in, able to get to slow. Miso is taking a lot of damage. They're focusing on the Reaper, though, but Miso looks like he's not gonna be able to pick up the kill. Reaper coming in, able to pick up the kill onto Gimgoon as he's gonna turn his attention onto Coco. Coco's gonna be able to get out of there, but Arrow, meanwhile, has just been doing so much damage as Lee Sin able to finish the kill on the Annie. Reaper trying to pick it up as much as he can. No, the zone is going to stop it. Reaper trying to get out of there, but there we go. Coco able to solidify the last kill. Caitlyn, the only one left alive. Oh, I guess Shyvana is alive as well. But another big fight here for Xenic Storm. 1 for 3. They're not able to really push any immediate objective. The blue buff looks like it will be theirs, though. Goldie now 5,000 gold here, and we're going to look at this fight yet again. They just go straight for Thresh. Thresh just gets completely annihilated. They're able to land just so much AoE, though. Its Dominus is just ticking among them. Olaf takes a big soak of the damage, which is great for JINAIR, but Coco just coming into this fight, the time he does, he's able to get the slow and just allow so much to happen here. Miso's not able to just completely run away. Oh, looks like he is able to get out of here. Wow. Oh, we're not in the bush there. And Reaper, going for this. This Zonya's super amazing. Coming in, able to actually finish the kill for himself. And Reaper just hasn't been having the game so far. He's just been, if we look at him, he's 4-4-4. But down that bottom lane, he's just had a rough time. He's winning in CS compared to Kassadin. But he just hasn't been able to find anything except for really that big catch onto Kassadin. And here we go, Xenix. Ooh, looking for the hooks. Only going to find the big Wraith. Able to take it. Not a big deal. Dragon is now up. Let's see what they decide to do with this big advantage that they have. Thresh going to go ahead and go back. Probably going to pick up a couple pinks. Maybe that Oracles if he does not have an Oracles already, I believe. Nope, picking up that Oracles. But now we're going to see this really big split push coming out of their team right now. As Ezreal is really good at this kind of far away split push with that Arcane Barrage. It's kind of what he does. It's one of his specialties. He's able to push a lane and push another lane off in the distance at the same time. And this is just going to secure an easy dragon for them. The Xenic Storm just going to be able to take this gold, and will they go for the Baron, or will they try and push onto a tower here? They have the advantage that they needed right now, and the question is, can we just keep it going, keep it pushed? Arrow is so strong right now, 8-0-10. Got that Trinity towards that last Whisperer, starting to build towards that build, that Blade of the Ruined King. You now have some, armor, really, to really deal with a lot of, just all the physical damage that's coming out of Falcons right now. They're not able to catch Arrow here. Arrow has just been able to just slip through their fingers time and time again. And that's who they really have to kill. He's the big threat right now with all that damage on him. The Ward will spot them doing this Baron here, so they have a chance to try and do a rebuttal. Looks like Xenic Storm just going to go ahead and back off here. Wait in this brush, but Olaf has a way to check this brush here. Very easy, but it looks like Xenic's coming in. They're able to land a slow and Axine. A little bit of a late ultimate from him. This is going to get built. Oh, he just takes stretch to the whole team, though. Able to flame back, getting the whole box, and he's going to get taken down. Olaf is ignited. He's trying to run away as fast as he can, but they're just diving Roar under the tower. He will fall. Miso is on the chase, but just the kiting from Cassidy is going to be able to save him. Meanwhile, Renekton still going for the chase here. Is he able to pick up the kill on Axine? No. Not a good trade here for Xenic Storm. 3 for 2, not able to solidify anything. Reaper still has full health. Can he find anything? No, not going to be able to find a kill at all. So Miso did quite a bit more in that fight, able to just completely block Arrow out. And too big of a dive for Roar really cost them a lot of health there. Now, while they did, come out ahead in that exchange, like I said, Falcons have a really good team fight. They're able to do quite a bit, and they were just pretty much on the back foot that whole time. But Xenic Storm got to be careful. They can't throw this game by doing tower dives like that. They don't need to do that. They had their catch that they needed. Olaf, taking Thresh right into the whole team. That was a very dangerous game there. A little bit of a late ultimate as well. But here we're going to see this engagement coming in. Axine, he gets slowed, but he just ults so late. He needed to ult a lot sooner, but he just takes Thresh. Look at that. To the whole team, the Flays, everybody back. The box just spells Star Left's death, and they dive super deep, not even able to kill Axine. He comes in, but oh, look at that. Swift is not able to solidify it. Axine gets out of there alive. Gimsoon goes too deep. Look at that. Oh, the dice missing Gimgoon. And the last, he laughed at him. Axine. And Gimgoon, yeah, he's got to be feeling bad about that one. Got to be upset with how that one turned out. But they still have the advantage. They still have a 5,000 gold lead. They have, wow, look at that vision control right now from Falcons. Look at that. Just got their whole jungle pink warded right now. Just trying to make sure they can maintain control. Oracle's coming in. They're going to secure control of this Baron pit. Cassidy has shown himself bottom lane. Is this? Yes. Falcons are going to go for a desperation Baron here. They know that they need it. They have, again, the superior team fight. They're just melting it very quickly here. Cassidy is pushing it. He might be able to take that inhibitor, but it looks like they might back off here. Star Left is really... There comes the teleport in. There comes... Oh, no! Roar gets caught by a hook. He's going to get exhausted. The Baron Pit doing so much damage. We're seeing Dominus coming out. Gimgoon able to pick up the kill onto Annie. So Annie will fall here. Jin Falcon still trying to do it. The rest of his team trying to give him the back foot, and it's working. Miso able to pick up the kill. Meanwhile, Shyvana just continuing to get the chase there. There comes the Guardian Angel popped onto Reaper. Wow, Miso still diving in. Maybe went a little bit too far there, a little bit of miscommunication, and Coco might be able to continue this chase here. He's coming in the Arcane Barrage. Wow, Axine super low. Arrow has full health. He's got the red buff. He's going to be able to just kite. He picks off one kill. Reaper is really low as he's turning onto Roar, actually, as Reaper able to pick up the kill on the Cassidy and getting that huge shutdown gold. Roar will fall. It's double kill, triple kill for Ezreal. And Xenic Storm turning that around. Miso going a little bit too deep, chasing too far there. Somehow Xenic's really turned that around. I don't know how they did it, but Arrow's just going to head straight for that inhibitor. Annie is the only one up, and he knows that he's coming. He's got this blue buff, though, and it's very dangerous to try and take on Arrow at the moment. He just does so much damage. Does he have Blade? Yes, he does have Blade of the Ruined King finished now. And look at him, just the damage coming out from him. But look at this fight. This was actually played so well from both teams. We just see in JINAIR, this just front line of Reaper and Miso is doing so much. Gimgoon didn't even have a chance here. He just falls. Reaper does get bursted down by both people, but that Guardian Angel just makes it okay. He's able to get out of there, no problem. But Miso just chases. Look at that red buff. Kiting here from Arrow. Too far. Just too far. The Arcane Barrage, taking Axine so low. He is just a free kill. He does what he can, but it's just not enough. And the Zhonya's coming in from Coco. They're able to pick him up. But Coco just causing disruption. Roar just gets bursted down. Swift will fall. Does he fall? No, he doesn't even fall. And just look at that excitement on their face. Wow. Yet again, I mean, just beautiful plays coming out of both teams right there. And just little missteps just costing so much. And that's just what this game's about now. I mean, you just give up a little bit and they just run with it. And you just make a small mistake and just the enemy team just capitalizes. That was just a huge capitalization. Miso, again, just getting too far up without his team. They need a group of people to really take down Ezra right now. They don't have the lockdown. Look at him, 11-0-13. And now he's got Guardian's Angel. he's just going to be such a nuisance right now. He is definitely so strong. Both the carries just extremely hard to kill. Cassidy with that Seraph's Embrace and Lazonia's Void Staff just making him do so much damage while being just so hard to kill. Xenic Storm with this Baron buff. Actually, yes, with this Baron buff. No, they don't have it. That's alright. Falcons have it, but they all died. So, but Xenic Storm with this just big advantage. Gonna be able to push down these towers very easily, very quickly. And despite this, potential that they don't have the better team fight late game, they're just pushing this advantage here. The hook, not gonna find it. Peekaboo almost landing it, and his just, counter engagements and engagements have been very great this game. He's died quite a bit, but that's the support for you. Just selfless sacrificing for the team. It definitely has helped Ezreal kind of get to that point, especially Cassidy get to that point, sitting in his lane, and it just works very well for Xenic Storm very early on. It could have been a lot worse than it is, because the Vision Wars really coming in there, but someone's got to go up there and deal with that bottom wave pushing up, and this tower will go down on this next wave. Cassidy even pushing in that middle lane. And they're just going to tank the tower, man. They don't even care. They have the regen to really deal with it, and it's just a free tower. The minions are there to really help, help them regen, so it's going to be no problem there, and they're just trading that tanking, trading the tower aggro very well. As they backdoor first tower, going to start working on the next tower. Again, minions still pushing in from that bottom lane. They still have to deal with it somehow. Ezreal, with his siege ability, able to do so much damage to them, to the enemy team underneath the tower with those mystic shots, with that arcane barrage, able to do quite a bit. Coco just continuing the split push in the middle lane, and JINAIR Falcons have to just be looking towards this next game, the game number 2, if they really want to try and tie it up right now. Go for that 1-1. And just look at this, just the poke under the tower with Thresh Lantern. I mean, they're just doing all they can to chip away at this tower. Dragon is up, but it's not very important at this moment in the game. 34 minutes in, inhibitor tower as they're coming in. They're able to find Roar with the Sonic Wave, the flash kick, but no! Roar's able to flash and just get kicked the wrong way. Thresh coming in, able to get a flay. Olaf heading towards the back line, but he's not going for Arrow. Arrow just has the Guardian's Angel. Thresh pulling him closer into the fight. Miso's coming in. They're able to pick up one kill onto Gimgoon, as here comes Reaper coming in, able to pick up the kill on the Thresh. Arrow is which among the enemy team, taking so much damage here. Will his Guardian Angel get popped here? He's taking too much tower aggro. He will go down. Will he be able to die, though? Arrow, yes! They pick him up. Xenic Storm still trying to get out of there. A little bit too hard of engagement there. Not going for that tower. Getting very greedy. And Falcons really picking up a much-needed fight. Much-needed win. They are still on the back foot. But Falcons doing what they can to try and keep themselves alive in this game. Just look at this. Look at where it went wrong. Coming in, trying to flash over and kick him, but he flashes too far. Roar with the flash to make sure he gets kicked out of the fight. Thresh came in with a beautiful flay. Olaf doing what he can, but he is just confused, heading for just everybody. Now he's forced out of the fight. Miso comes in, able to finish that kill, but look at that. Just cut off from the rest of the team. Ace and Nicole just pushes everybody else out, and Arrow is left alone, no way to escape. There's the Randuin's Omen just being activated, and Arrow just has no way to get out of here. They just stun him immediately as he comes up. Not even able to Arcane Shift out of there. And overall, just a great turnaround there by JINAIR Falcons. Really trying to keep this game as close as they can, and I said this group might have been the worst in the brackets, but it's definitely one of the closest. Both teams really pulling out all they can right now. Like I said, both teams really had to try and prove themselves in this game. This was pretty much their premiere of their new rosters coming in. JINAIR Falcons, a big new team here. Xenic Storm with a lot of roster changes. Really have to try and show themselves, prove to the world that they are, making the right calls. They are, here to play. Now this Baron will be coming up in another 20 seconds here. Xenix does secure this dragon. This next Baron going to be the pivotal, final probably big fight of this game here. JINAIR Falcons have shown that they can try and contest this, and with Arrow's Guardian's Angel pot for this fight, Ribbons, I believe, will be up. Where is her Guardian's Angel? Yes, her Guardian Angel will, in fact, be up for this fight, so they will have that kind of advantage coming into this. To see if it helps in here. Baron buff now up. Just getting ready for this. Just giving buffs over. We're seeing Fort Pot now on Caitlyn. Just trying to get that cheap extra damage here. To see the pings coming out onto it. Shyvana's down in the bottom lane, though. What is she doing? That's a little dangerous. She has to push it out, but she can't just give up this Baron buff for free. Baron buff was proc, so it's going to force him off of it a little bit here. Shyvana doing what she can. She's just hovering around the middle here. She can head over at a moment's notice. She is very fast, and every time Shyvana shows herself, they just head straight towards that Baron. You see him cast in and head towards that blue buff, so it's going to be a 4 people at Baron. That Sunfire Cave is proccing that Baron, and it looks like, can Olaf steal it? No! Did he use his smite? He did. He did use his smite. This might be the call here for Xenic Storm to do this. The smite is going to be down for Olaf. That was a dangerous smite to do. Looks like they're able to force him off. Ace in the hole coming in, able to do quite a bit of damage, and there's a pause. Oh, man. Coming in, not sure what the problem is, but hey, it's VODs. We don't have to worry about it. We can just skip ahead. Seems to be a rather long one. Here we go. I'm going to make sure it's right. All right, we're good. Right here. All right, so here we go. Going to get right back into this game. Smite down for Olaf. Are they going to try anything here? No. Looks like both teams did head back here. Cassidy does have that blue buff. He did push out that top lane. Someone has to go and deal with it, but, I mean, they can. There's nobody really in a threatening position here on the Baron pit. JINAIR Falcons going to have no problem coming up and clearing that really fast, trying to push that maybe out a little bit here. The game is at a very big moment right here. Both teams very close. Baron will spell the defeat of one of these teams here in game number 1. Let's see again what they can do. The Vision War is not really happening. This is just the superior, side of blue side right now. It's just the ability to have, the access to the wards immediately. Hopefully it doesn't have too much of an impact on this kind of ward vision here, but everybody's looking just so strong here. We've seen 11, 1, and 14 now. Now he's got a Quicksilver Sash on Ezreal. He is just so strong. Now we're seeing that pickaxe as well. We'll see actually what he decides to build that into. Could be really anything here. They're looking for the catch here. If anybody gets too close here, it will spell immediate death here, but Roar might get caught out here. Miso, oh man, they actually missed the Sonic Wave here. Managed to land the net. Miso coming in here. He's very tanky. Not able to land the catch that they needed there. Remember, they can hard engage when they want to, but they got to be very careful. And Orianna on their team at the moment would have been just such a huge, huge impact right now, just able to engage on that. But it looks like as they go to try and just get vision, they're just going to straight up push middle. They're able to find Reaper, though. Reaper's in a kind of a bad spot. His Guardian Angel might get popped very quickly. There's the Sonic Wave. Resonating Strike going to pop it, but Swift is now cut off from the team. Miso going to get hit there. The Flay right into everything. Roar's going to get exhausted. They're able to pick up the kill on the Thresh. Dominus able to finish that kill on the Reaper, but it looks like they're both teams just falling down so much. Arrow kiting as best he can, but it looks like Arrow might fall here. No! He's just flashing over. Arcane shifting. He will. No, he doesn't even fall. Miso, last one left. They're turning onto him as best they can. Sonic Wave should be able to finish it. Coco coming in, trying to help to finish this kill. There comes the Zonias coming in. Miso trying to run away as fast as he can. It looks like he might actually be able to escape this. Yes, it looks like Miso will get out of here. But it is a 4-for-1 exchange overall. Just look at the health bars on Xenic Storm. They're all so low. I don't know how people just didn't die. Arrow again with just amazing kiting ability. Flashing, arcane shifting, so much movement over the walls. That they just had the fight that they needed in that jungle, not out in the open, just allowing Ezreal to make full use of his abilities. I thought that they might have had that, they popped Reaper's just Guardian Angel so early that it wasn't a factor in the fight. Reaper wasn't able to do much in that whole fight there. And it looks like they don't even able to get a big objective off it. So here we go. I mean, they're able to find Reaper. They get a big catch, and just look at all the damage coming out. He's just forced to go on the back foot the whole time. Reaper just gets it popped. Sonic Wave able to finish it. But I just thought they had something. But look at this Thresh engagement. Again, he gets blown up, but he just opens up opportunity for his team again and again. Roar just gets bursted down, and he's the next to fall. And Arrow this whole time, look at that flash. Actually not able to finish it off. His reckless swing was down. And somehow Miso even gets out of this. I don't understand how that even happened. Baron buff still indeed up here, but Xenic Storm after that, just big team fight victory. They have to be feeling good about doing this Baron now, as they just started. They know they got the bottom wave pushing in their favor right now. Xenic Storm not doing it very fast right now. It's really allowing time for Falcons to get close. Can they try and steal this? They have the vision here. Oh, Thresh actually getting a big pick here. You know, making sure they can't come in for the engagement, but oh no, Renekton is able to finish it off. Oh, they kick roll right into the pit. He's just going to get bursted down. Wow. And then they're fighting right into it. JINAIR, everyone's just going down so quickly. They're not able to do anything. It's just not where they wanted to fight, but that Lee Sin kick right into the Baron pit. Wow. What a nice play from Swift. And just the team just working together so well in that whole fight. This is going to be the game here. This is going to be an inhibitor at least, but nobody's going to be up for another 40 seconds. That's most likely going to be the game as well. Look at that. It's just falling so fast. Annie's the only one left. They're going to start working their way towards these Nexus towers. Going to take them down. And Xenic Storm with just a, whoa, look at that burst on the Starlast. Wow. Xenic Storm really just making their name here in this first game with just incredible, oh my goodness, just taking him down 100% to 0. Xenic Storm with just a huge just victory there, much needed, and I want a replay of that fight. I mean, that fight was just incredible. Not that one. So here we go. I mean, they just do it with confidence. Xenic Storm doesn't even care. You know, they have the vision control. I mean, look at them. They just look at all this vision here. They have so much vision right there. Just able to just do this safely. Peekaboo kind of waiting out here, just going to try and make sure they stop anything. Goes a hook, doesn't literally land on the person they want to, but just look at this. They come in for the steal, not able to find it, and now it's just really bad. But look at that! Oh my gosh! Roar just kicked right into the pit, just getting bursted down there, and that was just the... that was awesome. I love that. That was amazing. That was so good. Man, that was awesome. Swift. Swift, man, that was... man. Holy crap. That was so good. That was so awesome. Alright, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I really enjoyed that game. That was a great game. Group D, I said they were probably the worst group in there, but I don't know. I have to see Xenic Storm or JINAIR Falcons play against, one of the top teams right now. We'll play against SK Telecom to really get a feel for how they are right now, because they played pretty well. A couple of slips, then and again, but all in all, a very nice showing of their teams right now. I really hope to see these guys, coming out. I want to see the rest of Group D. We have CJ and his Frost in Group D, and then JINAIR. I think it's just Air. JINAIR something, but they're just both here. And anyways, I hope you guys really enjoy this. Remember, this is OGN Group D, Xenic Storm against JINAIR Falcons, and I really enjoyed casting this game. I really enjoyed casting the OGN games. A lot of fun to cast. If you guys enjoyed it, remember to like, comment, subscribe. I always take constructive feedback very well as well. So anyways, thank you guys for